Each race has different movement options. For example, the human has a side roll, the Drell has a ninja jump, and the Krogan has charge. Only 3 powers are usable at the same time. There's no ring menu like in the single player. You'll have to hold the reload button to swap your weapons. Regardless of class, you can only carry 2 guns at the same time. Your max level is level 20, and you will have skill trees like in single player. The races that have been confirmed so far are Turian, Quarian, Krogan, Human, Asari, Drell, and Solarian. This is not a full list though. Downloadable content will add more later. This comes from the beta, and it's just what I noticed while people were playing it. So it has to do with gameplay. It doesn't really have to do with anything else, so it's not a big spoiler. But the human's face, if you're a human, seems to be uncustomizable because they're wearing a helmet the whole time. Whether that's just for the beta, I have no idea. That's probably just for the beta so that you don't take all long creating your face and all that. Whether they're not gonna, how they're gonna do it in the actual game, I have no idea. But so far, it looks like you can't customize a human's face because they're wearing a helmet the whole time. You could customize the color of your armor though. For the demo, it seems like you have specific race choices given your class. So it's not like, at least for the demo, I don't know about the actual game. In the options for the demo, you can't say, I want to be a Turian biotic. Like for each class, it has the races for you to choose. So for the soldier, it has human male, human female, Krogan, and Turian. For the adept, there's human male, human female, Asari, Drell. Vanguard, human. When I say human, I mean both. Male and female. For all of them is male and female. Okay, so Vanguard, human, Drell, Asari. Infiltrator, human, Solarian, Quarian. Sentinel, human, Turian, Krogan. Engineer, human, Quarian, Solarian. So I really don't know if they're going to change that for the actual game. I hope they do, just because I wanted to be an infiltrator, but I wanted to be a Turian. And I find it kind of weird for the Turian not to be under infiltrator, because Turian makes a pretty damn good infiltrator. I mean, freaking Garrus is pretty much an infiltrator, so I think this is probably just for the beta. I hope. But so far, that's how it is. And it looks like some of the characters are locked. I don't know if that's how it's going to be in the game, where you have to unlock certain races. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably just for the beta, because that would really suck if you couldn't start off being able to be the race that you wanted to in the class that you wanted to, just because you have to unlock it or because of some stupid reason. So hopefully, I'm almost 100% sure that this is just for the beta. The choices for Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 will have an effect on the overall Galaxy at War system, but not directly on the galactic readiness level. Leveling up works like in single player. There will be a system to deal with griefers. Or griefers, for those of you that don't know, in multiplayer, are people that just they're bothering you on online. They're being stupid and all that. So you could deal with them. They have a system. It's not just like, well, bump them off the server. They said that they have a system. Connect won't work for multiplayer because your squad is composed of real people, so you don't really need the Connect. All you need is some, headphones and a microphone talking to your squad mates. So that's why Connect won't be supported for multiplayer. Multiplayer characters will never be involved in the actual campaign of the main story. It's more like a side mission to the single player. We don't want to create situations where multiplayer players have something that single player players could not otherwise. The dialogue is done ambiently. What that means is that your character won't be talking to to your partners or anything like that. But ambiently, in the environment, people will be talking to you. Like your commanders will be talking to you through your headsets, telling you, go do this, or this is your mission. And that's the type of conversation that's going to be a part of this. Admiral Hackett will be in charge of the missions, but he probably won't be directly giving you your orders. He's just going to be the admiral, you know, the fleet commander. You will be having like a captain or something like that giving you the orders, or a sergeant maybe. Shepard is marshaling the troops on behalf of the Earth Alliance, so you are technically fighting for the Earth Alliance. From a story's perspective, a lot of these groups have come together as a loose fighting force to stop the Reapers. So it's people that they've just gathered around and freaking made a group, but they're pretty much alliance. You should plan your teams in advance, but if you don't want to plan them, you could just go through like this custom match thing where the system will match you to other people that have similar skills, similar skill levels as you. There will be leaderboards. There will be squad banter. There will be no friendly fire. There's going to be a slightly different armor and weapon customization from the single player. It's going to feel similar, especially for the armor system. For the weapon system, it's going to be more like the single player, but for the armor, it's going to be different. A little bit different. It says that they're structured differently so that stats don't play the same way. So single player guys have something that feels better for single player, and multiplayer guys have something that feels better for multiplayer. The co-op mode will be included in the game disc. It's not going to be on a separate disc. There's no plans anytime soon to allow the creation of an offline server. So if you are in a bandwidth poor country and you are playing with your friends, you're still going to find it a pretty good experience. It doesn't require too much for you to be struggling with bandwidth. Also, for multiplayer, there will be no local co-op. What that means is you won't be able to play multiplayer with somebody, like split screen, somebody there with you. You won't be able to play co-op, which is kind of stupid, but it's all going to be online. But they're saying that they're looking into adding that in the future. So that's pretty much it. Where I've been getting this information is on Twitter from Mass Effect 3 News, from Bioware itself, Casey Hudson, Mac Walters. For the Mass Effect co-op, I've been getting it from an interview. Most of it I got it from an interview with Jesse Houston not long ago. It's on the Bioware WordPress blog. So yeah, I've been getting this. I try to stay away from rumors from people that just you have no idea who they are and they're just like saying all this stuff and you're just like, what? So this is all things. I try to get everything from these reliable sources. I'm pretty sure that there's more information out there, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of it has to do with the leaked information, but like I said, I stayed away from that, so I'm not going to look at that. I'm not, because that's just... I do not want this game spoiled for me, especially the storyline, and BioWare is not... what they really don't want to do is spoil the storyline for us. So that's why they're not telling us a lot of things. And I prefer it that way. They are telling us a lot about the gameplay and how that changed from Mass Effect 2 and how that changed from Mass Effect 1. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. But when it comes to storyline, don't freaking tell me. I don't care. I don't want to know. If you guys have anything to add, feel free to add it. But like I said, I am going to make the comments private so that only I could see them, and I approve the ones that I want to approve, just in case there's somebody out there that puts some spoiler on there. I probably will get the worst part of it, because if I see anything that sounds like a spoiler, boom, it's gone. So don't even waste your time if you're going to start putting spoilers up. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Next week I will continue with the races again, and it's probably going to be the Asari. Some of you have been asking me what races I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing all of them. I'm not going to forget any of them. I am from the major races. It's gonna be the Asari next week, and then I'm gonna do the humans. I'm even gonna do the humans. I'm gonna do those mid races where they're kind of major, but not exactly. They're kind of in the middle. Like the Drell and the Batarians. I will be doing them, and then the minor races, the Volus, the Vorcha, the Rachni. I'm gonna be doing them all. So I'm even gonna do the Shadow Broker, the Yag. I'm even gonna do that race. So yeah, don't worry about it. I will be talking about all of them. But next week will be the Asari, and then after that, most likely the humans. But yeah, either way, this game looks amazing. So far, I'm super excited. Not just because of what I know, but because of just playing the previous games. I already have like this idea of how it's all going to play out in Mass Effect 3, and it's just freaking amazing. But at the same time, it's kind of bittersweet, just because it's all coming to an end. And since it is a war story, it's just you're like, oh my god, who's gonna die? Anybody right now, anybody that dies, because all these characters have been characters that are returning from the previous games, anybody would break my heart to see them go. It really would. Any of the characters, I have my favorites, but really anybody from Mass Effect 2, anybody from Mass Effect 1, if they, which they will die. A lot of them will die. We know that. It's gonna break my heart just because I've grown so fond of these characters. I've grown to love them so much. So yeah, where it says that Mass Effect 3 will make you cry, I don't doubt it. I'm pretty sure that I will be freaking crying the whole time. So, but it's still gonna be an amazing experience. I think it's gonna be an amazing game. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, but the beta that was leaked, I saw it. I saw it when it was just released, and I said that there's no big spoilers in it. There isn't. But if you are in any way just slightly sensitive to foreshadowing, you could get the worst spoiler for the game in the beta. It's not considered a spoiler on its own. If you don't have that sensitivity towards foreshadowing, you probably missed it. But if you're a writer, or in any way you are sensitive to foreshadowing, to elements of foreshadowing where you're like, oh my god, that was foreshadowing, you know what I'm talking about. I spotted 2 in the beta, and one of them was kind of iffy, but the other one, I'm not even going to tell you guys, just because it's a huge thing. I'm not going to tell you guys. And when I heard that, I was like, oh man. If you are sensitive to foreshadowing, don't watch it. Don't watch the beta, because you will spot it. So as much as I wanted to stay away from spoilers, my writing background kind of screwed me over this time. Unwillingly too, because I had no idea that was gonna happen. So I was like, now I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm not, because it was foreshadowing. There's no question about it. Anyways, I'll just end it there. I'll talk to you guys later.